may I ask what it is that you're waiting for? Now, we can go into the obvious answers that it's frightening and it's scary and you're waiting for the perfect time to start. But maybe it could be as simple as it's the perfect time to start right now. I think there's a massive emotional barrier that stops people from taking action. And when you have a massive vision about something that you really genuinely want and that you know that you can work towards and that you can achieve, well, the size of that can feel absolutely enormous and overwhelming, and maybe in your mind it feels like it's totally impossible. But there is a great line that it seems impossible until it's done. And the last 2 days have been absolutely fantastic. Now, it's really funny. It's really funny. The house that I grew up in, we know, the family knows the people who bought it. And literally about 30 seconds before I started recording this video, the chap who is a couple, and my sister and I went to school with their children. The chap that lives in there with his wife just walked past. And the thing is, it's a weird situation to be in, and you'll find yourself in weird positions in life, but the key actually is not allowing anything to stop you. And we get in our own ways, and this is it's something that I see in so many people, even just by the way that people tweet, that you can see that they're their own worst enemy because they've got all of these scripts just churning all the way around their mind constantly. And people are beating themselves up. I don't care. Sadomasochism is real, and it is popular. People absolutely obsessed with thinking that progress inevitably has to mean horrendous amounts of pain. And I'm by no means saying that building your own business is is easy, because of course we know it isn't. But I think that what overwhelmed us and thinking, oh my God, this task is so enormous, how am I ever going to be able to manage it? I think what that does is get you into a loop of procrastination and over complicating things. Success is actually very, very simple. Because all business, really, if you think about it, if you take away all of the accoutrements and the embellishments and the fancy lettering and fonts on your advertising, well, all business actually is a conversation between one person and another person, or one person and many people, you see? It's all actually is. Companies communicate to their buyers. And they don't necessarily, well, these days they do talk, because I produce videos. So I talk to you, not necessarily with you, but we do talk together with each other in the comments, or when somebody leaves a comment on one of your posts, or you do the same for them. You see, it's reciprocal. It's why I love the capitalist system, because it's actually the only true form of democracy that there is. Because all other democracy, you know, voting and organisations and governments and parliaments, it's all a circus, it's all a complete pantomime. But what I love about business is how it actually really it unites people, because it's exchanges of value. And a big lesson that I've learned, and in fact I heard it, because you can hear and then you can listen and then you can actually learn. One of the greatest mindset shifts that I tweeted about the other day is, rather than saying I have to do this, because you don't have to do anything, you're not a slave, I get to do this. And do you know what? It takes a lot of the pressure off, frankly. It makes you realise that what you're doing, diligently building something that really means something to you with a fantastic end result in mind as well, It's a privilege. It's a real privilege, and something that, I keep saying this, is at our fingertips all the time, you know? It's at our fingers all the time. And we have the power and capability, combined with the necessary work ethic, of course, to affect really positive change in the world. It's a phrase that I use a lot, and maybe you get bored of it listening to it on these videos, but I repeat certain principles because people are always looking for solutions, but they're looking to solutions to problems that are so enormous, and that people trying to find solutions for war and famine. And think there are things that you can do, but they require you to go out into the place where people are affected and go and do genuine outreach, as we call it these days. But very few people are willing to do that. And also, we don't know how much these things really help. I believe, honestly, what helps is that like-minded people get together and start to produce more positive energy in the world. And if you think that I'm woo-woo, or if you think that I'm sissy, or if you think that I'm naive for saying that, well, I expect that you don't fully appreciate the power of people working together, what it actually makes in the world to make people feel good, so that they can feel securer in the world, and that there's something real to hold on to, the value of human relationships. And I do firmly believe, and you can disagree with me if you like, feel free, I believe that spreads far and wide, and I think that's the power of what the Western world has brought us. Nothing is perfect. There's no perfect time to start other than right now. So make the choice yourself. Make the decision to control what you can control, to do as much positive with the results of your labour as you can. And I believe that is the simplest way to be able to start making the world a more peaceful place, a more joyful place, and a more inspired place, where if you help yourself, you inspire others to help themselves.